This is Curtis Cole, one half of the Rocky Mountain Pro Tag Team Champions. And you're listening to Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast. This is Nick again, and we are continuing Rocky Mountain Pro Milestone Week. A huge week for not only for us, but for Rocky Mountain Pro. That big pay-per-view, man, is coming. That event is actually August 12th. Tickets are still available, believe it or not, guys. It's at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. It is www.celebratejeffco.com. Tickets are $7. Starting price is up to $30 front row. There's a meet and greet the day before, all that. We're going to go all into that because, man, I want to welcome in my guest. He is one half of the tag team champions of Rocky Mountain Pro, the one and only Curtis Cole. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
I was drinking my beer. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Hey, beer for the working man.
Oh, goodness gracious. Thanks for having me back. I like this place. It's nice.
It's a comfy room, right? It's a comfy room.
It's nice. I like it.
Well, man, it's been a while since you've been on, though. By the way, I have to tell you this is a bragging rights. Curtis Cole is one of the most downloaded episodes we've ever had on the Tapped Out podcast. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. You said that online, but I thought you were just lying to make me feel good because I ramble and have nothing interesting to say. So thank you, everybody that listened to that. And hopefully I'll I don't know. Hopefully I do good again. I don't know. I'm not very smart, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, you're a draw. If nothing else, you're a draw, and that matters more than anything, right?
Thank you.
Well, man, since the last time we had you on, last time you were here, you were the charged heavyweight champion, which is the Intercontinental title, let's call it, to have a reference point. But you're not right now. Kind of fill everybody in, kind of what went down there. What happened?
Oh, it's because Rocky Mountain Pro has stupid rules, and Vince Russo is a piece of shit. Can I cuss here? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Fire away.
So Vince Russo is a piece of shit. And so I'm fighting Ashburn in a title defense. Tyler Stinson comes out, hits him with a chair because they can't pull their dicks out of each other's asses. And I pay the price for it, which is awful. So literally, I'm laying there. I just got kneed in the face. I'm laying down. Tyler hits Steven. I lose my title. Like, it's a cool rule. I get what they're going for, but it just kind of ruins everything. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I was defending that belt for like 4 or 5 months, and it was fucking awesome. And then these two idiots have their own personal agenda, and then boom, I'm out of it. So now I'm left without anything, and I'm wondering what the hell I'm supposed to do in Rocky Mountain Pro. It sucked.
Well, it was a tough pill, but I've always told you I'm a fan of the rule. I understand, at least the principle behind the rule. I'm a fan of.
You're a fan of that?
Now, I'm not a fan of you losing.
I liked you up until right now.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I can defend it actually, because in a real world, if I knew that I could keep my title, all I had to do was when the bell rang, I walked over and kicked you low. The match was over, and I'm still going to keep my title. I would do it every time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything stupid.
Which was why I said, not to cut you off, but that's why I said I agree with the principle of the rule. If you, like I said, I do understand, like, if you didn't do anything to get disqualified, that makes more sense. You see what I'm saying? But because you weren't involved, that was just the bad side of the rule. That was just, they've got to fix that part. But
yeah, they do.
So, and that's so again, I agree with the DQ title change. But you shouldn't have been DQ'd because you didn't do it, if that makes any sense.
Yes, you're preaching to the choir on that one. Thank you.
So that's kind of there, and but hey, you've done okay though. In the last little bit here, you've come on and you've got a partner, if you want to call it that, for now, and you guys are the tag champs. So fill the world in about your partner, who, by the way, just so you know, he has been on the show, and it's going to be so. Yeah, let's see what you guys think of each other.
Did he say anything good about me?
He said, I think at one point he said, if you listen to him, you would have a great future.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like him. So I'm a tag team champion now with Humphrey Jacobs the first, and that team was just thrown together because we both went to Vince's office and we were complaining about title shots and blah blah blah. So he put us together and we beat up Dwayne Douglas and Warren Cadence, and it was awesome. So what's cool is after we won the belts or the championship, I'm not supposed to call it belts, kayfabe. I've been hanging out with him, and he's the coolest guy in the world. He owns a CrossFit gym. He's sexy and tall, and he's fucking strong, and all this stuff. And I'm not any of those, you know. So it's cool to hang out with somebody like that. So I pretty much just want the guy to like. That's it. I just want him to like him. I think he's a cool guy, and I literally listen to everything he says, but sometimes I kind of screw up, and he gets really – he's got a short fuse, man. It sucks. I don't know if you noticed that.
A little bit, because he's, you know, he's the old school. He's the old style, the king of old style, you know, that guy. And he likes – you know, he was a Division I football player, professional rugby player. I mean, the whole nine. He's just a super gifted athlete. And I think the words were he's basically having to carry a slacker skateboarder video game playing, you know.
I think the only thing I've won is I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and did their wing eating challenge once, and I beat it. I don't know. That's about it. I can't see. That's what I'm saying. He's cool. He's cool. So why would you not want to be around somebody like that?
Yeah.
And it's just hard, man. It's hard to get up on his level, you know.
Hey, but hey, you're a former Charge champion, so you've got that, right? So he can't take that away from you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
You're right.
I mean, what other belts has he held? Titles, championships?
So he won the Colorado Cup the same night I won the Charge Championship in Milestone 6. And he got his head busted open, and there was blood everywhere, and it was awesome. And that was his first match ever. Mm-hmm. His first match in the company, he won the Colorado Cup. So, I mean, you know, before I won the Charge belt, or championship, damn it, I had probably 20 matches before then. He did it in his first time, you know?
Well, yeah, and speaking of, you know, that you brought it up, man, that's that Colorado Cup is coming back. You know, I've heard it, you know, at Milestone 7, August 12th. You know, here we are. They're going to bring it back. And, you know, I've got a few – I'll get into this in a little bit when we break down that a little bit, who I think is my favorite going into there.
Shoot.
But I have a pick. Hell, let's go there now because me and you freestyle.
Yeah, I want to hear. Yeah, I don't want to wait for that.
You know, because I don't know the card yet, so I always tell everybody, if I had to be somebody in the back, I would probably pick the chosen one, what I've been calling him, and that kid's name is Filter.
Oh my goodness, awesome, Filter! You're gonna pick Filter, really?
Just for size alone, I mean, right? Because I'm assuming, hey, and I'm going under the assumption. Bear with me. You're going to be defending the tag titles. You're not going to be in the, you know, in the battle royal. You're going to be
no.
So, you know, that's all in all fairness.
See, I haven't seen the card either. Filter, dude, if he's in it, man, he'll win. You're right. It's good. It's like picking the Patriots for a Super Bowl, you know? I don't want to pick them, but fuck, I want to win money, so I guess I'll pick the Patriots, right?
Yeah. I've seen him toss you off the top rope a few times in that choke slam. So, but he's also got some other issues to deal with. You know, one of our friends of the show here, Tyler Stinson, he had apparently they've got some beef going on too. So who knows where they end up on the card if they do.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much Tyler's been choke slammed about 9 times in the past year by Filter, which is 9 times too many. If I was Tyler, man, I would jump at the chance to break Filter's jaw. Yeah, I feel bad for him. Tyler's getting a rough run around the past few months.
Well, the kid's size. I mean, just, you know, at some point that's like, you know, but hey, Tyler's a legit tough guy. I mean, he's, you know, that MMA background, that goes far. I think goes a long way.
You're absolutely right. Have you ever watched any of his fights?
Yes.
On YouTube?
Yes.
Holy shit. I walk on eggshells when I'm around that dude. That guy, oh, man. That one fight, he knocked some fucking guy out in like 15 seconds in front of like 40,000 people in Chicago, and it was the most brutal thing I've ever seen. That's why I've only wrestled him once. I don't want to wrestle him again.
Don't want none. Don't need none is what I always like to say. Yeah, but hey, back to you. I talked about it a little bit with Humphrey Jacobs, and is there anybody in Rocky Mountain Pro that you guys are thinking down the road? This is the team we might face at Milestone.
Yeah, there's one team that we've fought a couple times in some house shows and stuff. The Gorillas, man. They're good heavens, dude. They're so good at what they do, and I hate them. I hate both of them. I hate Anaya. I hate Hoodie. I hate Anaya more. But damn it, we keep squeezing by. I don't know if you saw any of our ignition matches with them. There's a couple of them, and we squeeze by every time. It's never like a dominant thing. They're just big fucking burly men, and they're just mean as hell. And
they've been doing it a while. I mean, they've been running roughshod in Rocky Mountain for a while.
Yeah, Hoodie's been wrestling for 10 years or something like that. And I've been wrestling for 3 years. But they're both in Ring of Honor, dude. How am I supposed to wrestle a fucking tag team that's been in Ring of Honor?
Well, you guys, you're doing. Hey, you asked that question, but you sit there and said you've gotten by this, whether it be the skin of your teeth or not, you've gotten by them.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, if Humphrey and I get on the same page, it'll be awesome. But the guys, Humphrey's better than me. I'll say it. He's better than me.
Well, I'll ask you this. I'm going to throw this in here and see what your feedback is. One of the things and I'm not going to give away who said this, the only thing they think that can stop Humphrey Jacobs and Curtis Cole is Humphrey Jacobs and Curtis Cole. They're afraid that you're going to implode from the inside, the oil and water is just not mixing, and that'll be what, in the long run, maybe cost you guys the belts, titles, championships.
Yeah, right? See, you're doing it.
I'm doing it too now. So.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, it's my fault. I need to get on Humphrey's page. I need to start going to the gym more. I need to gain some weight, get some mass, because he's a big, sexy guy. But also, I need to, when you watch Humphrey's matches, they're like definitive wrestling. He knows what he's going to do. Whereas when I come out, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Freestyle. You're freestyling.
Yeah. So I don't, that's the problem. We're just not on the same page. And we don't have matching gear. And I think that's a pretty big problem also.
Oh, that's a huge problem with tag teams. Tag teams, you got to have that image together where you look like a team.
We don't have it yet, dude.
And tell him, one of Nick's suggestions was, you need a name.
The Mile High Express.
I've heard that, but come on, that's, you guys need.
No, that was him, not me. I mean, that's, I wanted to call us the Scary Spiders. But he insisted, he's an old school guy, and there's a bunch of express teams in the 80s and 90s. So he said the Mile High Express is better than the Scary Spiders, which I don't agree with, but I also want him to like me, so I kind of just gave it to him.
I totally get it. And now your team that you brought up, the Gorillas there, I don't put them against you guys on that card because they both seem like they got their own issues elsewhere. And let's go straight to the top. Hoodie's got some issues with one Mercury Matt Yaden. And that's been an ongoing thing since season 1 on the Fight app. Let's plug that real quick. If you're we're about to tell a story, and if you're not familiar with it, go to the Fight app. We've got links on our Twitter, it's on our Facebook, it's on our webpage. Download the app. It's freaking free, right? I mean, I'm not even asking you to buy anything. I'm like, just download a free app. And then you can binge watch it, man. Just go through season 1, catch up. Season 2 has started. It's episodes 1 and 2 are up right now. Hell, by the time this airs, 3 could be on there. So you can just simply binge watch it all. I mean, all you people who are like, oh, I'm binge watching Game of Thrones or Orange is the New Black or et cetera, whatever, binge watch it instead. Catch up on it. And you'll get to the end of season 1 and see exactly what we're talking about with Matt and Hoodie and what their issues are. I mean, working in that company, man, how do you work in that environment?
Hoodlum's a dick. He's a dick. Ryan Hood. That's where Hoodlum came from. He's a dick. He's just, I don't know. So when I first went in to go to the school, Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy, he wooed me. Because that's what dicks do. They fucking put on faces and airs. And he wooed me, and he got me in there. And then he just roughs people around. Just him and I. Actually, can I tell a story really quick that kind of gives...
Oh, fire away.
Oh, man, this was last night, dude. This was last night. So there's this fucking guy named Hell's General. And he wrestles locally here. And he wrestled Zero Cool at another promotion called Colorado Springs Wrestling, which is a good promotion. You know, they draw well, awesome people, and, you know, they're 100 miles away. So a lot of us go down there just for supplemental income. So he's wrestling Zero Cool, and he's fucking beating the shit out of him. When you train at a wrestling school, you learn how to hit people. There's certain ways to hit people because you still want to hurt them, but you don't want to fucking kill them, you know? It's just like MMA. You're not going to kick somebody in the balls. You can, but that's not classy. So this guy was doing all this shit. So we're at training fucking last night, and this guy shows up. And he starts stiffing everybody. And his footwork's wrong. Everything's wrong. Like, he can't work. And somebody pulled him aside, and they were like, how long have you been working, man? And he said, 8 years. And we were like, oh, my fucking goodness, you're kidding me. So he wrestles with Kevin Solis. You'll see him this season under Queso. Queso's his ring name. Or whatever. And he gives him a snapmare. So Kevin Solis is sitting up. You know, just sitting up. And the guy drops a fucking elbow on him. When the fuck do you drop an elbow on somebody sitting up? Unless you're trying to fucking paralyze them. And this kid's 15. Kevin Solis is 15 years old. And he just received an elbow drop from a grown fucking adult that's been working for 8 years. So, Anaya, who helps run the school, because, you know, he's Hoodie's fucking best friend. Say what you want about Anaya. He takes care of everybody because at the end of it, we're all brothers. Like, we're all part of the show. He fucking went up to the guy and said, get the fuck out of the ring. And the guy got out of the ring. And he was like, you untrained piece of shit. I could wrestle circles around you. You know, I've only been wrestling for 3 years. Get the fuck out of this academy. You don't belong here. Never fucking come back.
Wow.
And then the guy picked up his shit and left. And Matt and I were outside talking to a potential student. And the guy came out with his nose is running. He's got a fucking teardrop out of his eye. And he blamed everything on every other wrestler in there and never took blame for himself.
Mm.
So, with the changes that Hoodlum has for the wrestling academy and all that shit, it's still the best place to train. Because you're still fucking taken care of, which I hate, but that's just how it is.
Well, and that's why we tell everybody all the time. I mean, the link to the academy is on our webpage. Like, there's a link, you can click on it. It's an image. Yeah, we tell people if you're, you know, especially anybody on the West Coast side of the country, if you're looking for a good, reputable school, you're going to learn, you know, we're like, there's your place. You know, hit them up and swing by. It'll be the best decision you probably, that I can see, you know, in the business that you're going to make.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, we try so hard, man. There's a pretty clear difference. I'm not shitting on any other academies or anything in the area, but there's a bit of a difference. I mean, fuck, man, Matt, are you familiar with the Bob Evans seminar that's happening, I think, in August?
Yes.
Okay, so for the listeners, there's a big seminar happening where Bob Evans, one of the trainers at Ring of Honor, a hell of a nice guy, fucking amazing wrestler. He's in PWI top 500 this year. He's running a wrestling seminar for indie wrestlers, and he's going to have Terry Taylor, the Rock and Roll Express, Delirious, and a couple of other guys there to run the whole show. And then Matt Yaden is a trainer there also, which says a lot. That's fucking volumes about the Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. Like, Matt's traveling from here to Rhode Island to help train a Bob Evans training seminar, which is regarded as one of the best that you can get in the country.
Yeah. Well, and you know,
we're still trying. Trying.
Hey, but let's not forget, you guys are doing a seminar 2 days. The week of Milestone. I mean, you guys are, you know, you're going to have Eugene, let's call it so everybody knows who we're talking about, and Al Snow are both going to be there, breaking it apart over 2 days. So what I've told, I've had few wrestlers in around this area ask me too. I've hit all the schools in this area, by the way. Tommy Rich is opening a new one up the street. Robert Gibson's got one over about an hour and a half from me. But I've said, if you want to learn, you can never go to too many schools and never too many seminars and learn something. I said, why don't you jump in a car? Because your excuses are not valid. I'm driving from Atlanta, Georgia to Colorado for Milestone myself.
Yeah, I love that about you. Thank you.
And I said, so what I told a wrestler is I said, don't stand there and tell me you're looking for a good thing to, a good place to learn from. When I'm telling you, you could make this drive, do 2 seminars, a VIP meet and greet, and a wrestling show. Oh, and by the way, if you want to, some time during the day, there's a fair going on. You could enjoy a little bit. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, you guys are doing that, the seminar, you got Al Snow and Eugene coming out to, for that seminars. I mean, how cool is that they're coming to Rocky Mountain Pro, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially Matt and Al Snow are such good friends. And we all know that we wrestle Al Snow's kind of style because that's what he taught to Matt. So it's cool to see, the guy, I don't want to say the Godfather, but I don't have a good fucking term for it. So it's cool to see, the guy that gave Matt his style to come in and see us and how we've progressed. Because all of us there, man, most of us have been there for 3 years or less. But we bust our fucking asses so much that I'm excited just to get some good criticism from somebody that literally created the style that we wrestle.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. Because we have other people, like Chavo Guerrero and Jay Bradley was just there from WWE. And the guy's completely different from us. He was saying things that I never thought I was supposed to do, he was doing things that we were taught, don't do these, and he was doing them. So I was like, oh, well, this is cool, but, since we're so different, he can't tell if I'm good or what, because I'm adhering to a specific type of wrestling. So to have it from Al Snow, who trained Matt, who trained us, I'm excited. Well, and Eugene, man, that guy, I know his reputation. I know some of the people that work for him, and he's apparently just the nicest fucking guy on the planet. So I'm excited just to meet him more than anything else.
And like I said, the seminars take what you can, take everything in, and then what works for you use, and if it doesn't work for you, you don't. But you got to learn more than one type of, style, and adapt it all into your style and make it your own. Obviously, that's what the wrestling business is all about, right?
Dude, holy shit, that Jay Bradley seminar. So Jay was working with me and Tyler Stinson and Ashburn and Jason Knoll. And he gave me some moves to do. And I did them that night during the show. And the crowd fucking popped when we did it. And then he gave Tyler moves to do during that show. And Tyler did them, and they got a hell of a pop, one of the best of the night. And we went in the back, and Tyler was like, I did what you told me to, and everybody popped. And Jay was just like, yeah, it's weird how that works, right? And we were like, fuck, man, I never would have thought of doing that shit. So, yeah, every seminar is just it's like flavors of ice cream. I hate fucking butter pecan. I don't even know what it's supposed to taste like. I've had it twice, and it's fucking garbage. I hate it. But some people like butter pecan ice cream. So, fucking awesome. You do that over there, and fans might pop for that, and I'm going to pop for chocolate, and some people are going to pop for vanilla, and that's how wrestling works. You just listen to everybody and figure your own shit out, like you said.
And that's the great thing about wrestling. It's a great thing somebody said the other day to me. They're popping off on Twitter, and they're just chastising a certain promotion that I'm not going to name. And I just came back with, the wrestling world would be so much better if people quit bitching about the things they hated and promoted the things they liked.
Dude, fuck me. So, you know what sucks, though, actually, to go off of that, not to tell you you're wrong, because I agree with that, as a worker. But one thing that kind of stinks is wrestling is such a cynical fucking world that, fans want to see botches. They want to see it pop up on Botchamania. Oh, Jim Cornette's bitching about Kenny Omega on his podcast. I'm going to listen to it now. Fuck, even I listen to some of that shit just to hear what that guy has to say, because it's like an old man fucking yelling at the moon. Awesome. Like, so it sucks because some people just love the negativity about wrestling. They love seeing people fuck up. They're ready to chant, "You fucked up," or "Botchamania," or all of that shit. So I like your train of thought. Thank you. Hopefully that will spread around more.
Yeah, and we actually had I'll tell you this too. We just had on. I don't know if you've heard of a guy in the Midwest. He's a worker. His name's Darren Corbin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He was on. We had him on just beginning of this week now, or last week as this airs. Little curtain pull there a little bit. But the question, he just said, why just can't wrestling fans just enjoy it? Like, get out of your breaking a match down and let yourself enjoy it. Because sometimes we get in our own heads.
Dude, you nailed it, man. I mean, I'm now a fan of New Japan Wrestling. At first I was like, oh, they're not selling. Oh, whatever. But, I mean, fuck, man. Kenny Omega's my favorite wrestler now. That shit he did, I can't remember what the other guy where they taped their fucking legs together. Did you see that?
I saw it, but I'm drawing a blank on the name, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
It's good because it's fun. It's fucking fun. This season, I tried to literally rip off Dustin York's nipples, and it got the biggest pop of the night. Because it's fucking stupid. Because wrestling's like, I know that we're working, and the shit's real, regardless of what people want to say. It's fucking real. Fuck you if you think it's not. But, like, at the same time, we're trying to entertain you. Like, it's an entertainment business. And there's no point in fucking trying to act like it's not. Because the internet's a fucking thing now. It's not like in the 90s or 80s or 70s. The internet's real. We know some ins and outs. So let's have fun with it and just give a good show instead of fucking pretending like we're beating the shit out of each other. When every fucking fan in the arena knows that I don't want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hurt him.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make him feel it tomorrow. You're not trying to end his career, per se.
Yeah.
And it's but my big point to that was that you've got people that just they watch the the WWE over and they complain every week, and I kind of usually slide into those little Twitter feeds and go to the Fight app. There's a few other promotions that you probably would enjoy if this is what you're always complaining about. And and I'm going to throw other there are other promotions in there that I've thrown because think about it, you guys are part of the United Wrestling Network now, so it's a big thing. But I always say give Rocky Mountain Pro. It's on the Fight app. It's free. Download it. Boom. Go from there and watch it. There's always something else. There's more promotions. If it's not your cup of tea, find your cup of tea.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. And you're totally right. I mean, besides RMP, there's a million of them.
There's Rockstar Pro. There's ICW, CZW. I mean,
and it's good. It's all good, and it's all entertaining. One thing that kind of stinks is we rely on star power because that's how we're trained to grow up. So I grew up idolizing Hulk Hogan, and I never once watched New Japan. And even when I was a kid and I watched WCW, I was like, oh, well, this is stupid because it's not WWF.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, there's if you can drop the idea that there's mega superstars and watch the people that are hungry and want to fucking work and put on a good show. Fuck, man, you're going to get, most wrestling on the internet is free. It's fucking free. You said earlier, you just have to download something.
Yep. And we're making it even easy. We're making it easy. I always tell people, if you're lazy, we make it easy. It's on our Twitter feed a lot. It's on our Facebook feed a lot. It's on our website. So we're basically giving it to you. Just click and it's, you'll have it.
We just want your attention. Please just pay attention to us. That's it.
And I'm real big, and I'm going to tell you, and I'll let you go because, as far as talking here, one of our big movements on the network is we are really big into the hashtags, support indie wrestling. Because I took my wife, God bless her, she finally got out after the house for about 5 months, and I took her to an indie show.
Nice.
And she sat there and was like, I see how you get sucked into this because it's so easy.
Dude, it's super. Fuck, man, that CSW show that I did 2 weeks ago, I'm heading back there next week. None of it's televised. None of it's on Facebook or fucking YouTube or anything. It's just for the 200 people that show up. But fuck, they're here, and I'm going to give you the best show that I can. And yeah, like you said, when you're there, you're looking at it, and you're just like, oh, this is awesome. These guys are busting their asses to entertain us.
And most of the, and I cut a lot of people off when they argue me about, well, it's not WWE. I'm like, you do realize that guy that's in WWE started in an indie somewhere. He honed his craft. Watch this guy; he's doing the same thing. So tomorrow's stars are right there in front of you.
You nailed it, man. Fuck, dude. Dean Ambrose used to fall in fucking light tubes for 50 people at CSW.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, we've interviewed guys, and they're like, this past week, Darren Corbin's telling stories of he worked, Cesaro when he was Claudio. He was, and then he's got, I've got stories of another guy saying, I worked Tyler Black's last match before he went to the WWE was another guy that we had on the show. And I'm like, go enjoy the show. I mean, because, hey, you never know. And we'll pull a name out of it because a guy working these indies all over the country that I will tell you, and I want your opinion on this guy because we're heading into to Milestone, and I have no idea what this guy's going to be doing at Milestone. I have a theory, but I don't know for sure, but it's a theory. There's a guy in your promotion right now, Royce Isaacs. He's money.
Dude, holy shit, man. Royce is... So what's funny is the first time I ever saw Royce was I saw him at an indie show, not RMP, another one. And I met him, nice guy. And then 2 months later, I ran into him at a bar. Nice guy. Awesome. And then I tried out for another wrestling promotion, and he was one of the trainers there. Met him, nice guy. And then he came to RMP, and I was like, fuck, dude, I've met you like 4 times. Do you remember me? And he was just like, I think, maybe. But fuck it, I'll be a nice guy. Just whatever. And then, yeah, he went off to Japan. And he was supposed to stay there for 2 months, and he ended up staying 3. And then he went back again. And now he's going to be in DDT Pro. And any given weekend, if he checks into fucking Maine, I'm not surprised. Or if he checks into a fucking place in Texas, I'm not surprised because he's all over the place. He's like Jeff Cobb. You know who Jeff Cobb is?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So for the fans, Jeff Cobb is Matanza in Lucha Underground. But Royce Isaacs is one of these fucking workers. It's just like, I don't have a show booked this weekend. I'm going to find one. I'm going to buy a fucking plane ticket. I'm going to go there, work my fucking ass off, and then I'm going to come back and train all week at RMP, and then I'm going to fucking go somewhere else. And like, it's insane, man. He's not going to be with us that much longer, I don't think. I don't know of any other plans that they have, but there's no reason that guy shouldn't be in fucking NXT right now.
I actually had him on the show, and I said the exact same thing. I think he's a no-brainer.
Like money. He's safe as fuck. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
He's just the epitome of like a good fucking brother. Like, very courteous, very nice, very safe. Fucking just everything right. He does everything right. Dude, his pads don't even stink. When he's got you between his fucking knees and your noses and his knee pads, it smells like fucking Febreze. You're like, damn it, you're cool. Why am I not like this?
Well, I mean, as he puts it, there's a lot of work into being Royce Isaacs, and there's a lot of he's just that good, kind of thing. So, but before, I think that he's got a little business to handle before he had, if there's any chance of him heading out of Rocky Mountain Pro and going down to Orlando, there was a little bit of a mess there at the end of last season that with the Gorillas and him and. I think that's got to be some business got to be handled, which is why I'm worried that there's not going to be a Gorillas match with you guys because I think those two have got other things on their plates.
But I'm fine with that. Let them fight each other. I'm fine with that. Yeah, what sucks is Royce he's all over the place in the first season, and he dominates everybody. He's not taking anybody's shit. But yeah, as far as his future plans, man, I have no clue. Like, I think he's one of those guys that, like, heel or face, like, fans are going to like him. Like, I don't think that I can convince fans not to like this guy. Like, I can talk shit about him. Russo can make him look bad, but he's going to just take care of himself and come out on top, like he always fucking does.
Oh, yeah. And that's the whole part about him being money, man. He just... like I said, when he gets into that ring and he starts working, it's money. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it. Actually, tonight, I'm tagging with him and Humphrey Jacobs.
Which one of these is not like the other? Is that what you're trying to say this is?
He's on my side, dude. I'm so grateful, but I'm also kind of bummed because I know that he's going to steal the show.
Hey, you'll take the rub, right? It's not a problem. So it's not a bad thing in my opinion. But let me ask you, no, because like I said last time we talked about it earlier, you were the charge champion last time, and I know you've got that tag gold, and I know you completely appreciate having it. Matt wonders, is that Humphrey Jacobs' end goal? Does he got bigger things on his mind? I'm going to ask you the same. Is your goal to get back? There's a guy named Steven Ashburn walking around with the charge title. Don't you want that thing back?
Dude, I fucking hate Ashburn. Oh, man. What happened? I think about that shit. I actually think about that shit. And it pisses me off. I want the charge title back. I don't give a shit about the fucking Rocky Mountain Pro Championship. It's not something on my radar. I don't want to fight Mario Vanter because I'm not going to. The charge championship. So first off, Anaya won it. And then Dozer won it. For everybody listening, that's Otis Dozovic in Heavy Machinery in NXT. He was the second charge champion. Anaya won it back from him, and then I won it from Anaya. But I fucking defined that title.
Yeah.
That's my title. That's the definitive mid-card title. And, I mean, I love being a tag champ. It's awesome. But I've never looked at myself as a tag champ. So hopefully I get it back, yeah. And as far as your question for Humphrey Jacobs, I think he's already looking at bigger stuff. He doesn't take this serious with me. He doesn't take me serious. He doesn't take having the title serious. It bums me the fuck out.
Well, Matt says he thinks that, he appreciates being the tag champions because it means more money. It means prestige. But, ultimately, you're right. I think, and that's got to go part two to my question, he thinks he's shooting more for the Mario Vangers of the world, the horse and the bond, the big horse and the bond, whatever you guys,
You nailed it, man. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I'm sorry. Season 1, Humphrey Jacobs fought for that title constantly. He had 2 title shots or 3 or something like that. And some of them were gimmicky matches. And he kept getting lumped in with Royce and Mario. And it never panned out. And so I think, he's glad to just have something. That's awesome. But he's not taking it serious because, tag titles are awesome, but there's not a fucking lot of tag teams in the fucking Rocky Mountain Pro in general. So we're the best at what we're doing, but there's not a lot of people trying to do it. And I think he wants to be the best at what everybody's trying to do, which is the Rocky Mountain Pro title.
And the reason I asked you about those two guys, I just had finished watching up, the day before we were watching, I was watching the this week's episode, and it seems like it's kind of there's a potential. I heard Ashburn actually had him on the show, and he's calling out Vanger. He's wanting title for title.
Dude, yeah. I've noticed it. It's happened. Those two guys keep knocking heads, and what sucks, man, you know what really sucks is that takes away the opportunity for other superstars to be able to try to get in to wrestle for those titles. When you have the Charge champion and the Rocky Mountain Pro champion fighting each other constantly, it just takes away from the entertainment. Awesome, we want to see who's going to win, yeah. But if you're going to do it all season long, there are no title shots. Except for now, Lockettes and tag team titles, which we've been busting our asses for. But I think it's a little bit selfish on both their parts. Mario's reacting to Steven, so I understand Mario. But Steven's got his head up his ass. And I hope he pulls it out soon, and I hope the milestone doesn't just end up those two fighting each other or something, because, fuck. I want to see more people get a chance, because there's awesome superstars like Dwayne Douglas and fucking, oh my goodness, excuse me, I just hiccup. Hunter Gray and all those guys. There's so much to be had for those divisions, and I just don't want to see it get just hogged.
Yeah, there's, we talked about it. Other than trying to piece together another tag team to hunt you, try to give a chase for the tag goal. I mean, I was sitting here and I was going down through the names of guys. I mean, that should be fighting for the charge or the for the Rocky Mountain Pro Championship. We mentioned Tyler Stinson, Royce Isaacs. There's Humphrey Jacobs. It's a pretty stacked. When you really think about it, I actually had to pat Matt on the back and say, I mean, it's a pretty solid job he's done with stacking that roster out there at Rocky Mountain Pro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just because we're all training so fucking hard and we're just hungry. Tyler and I were sitting around having beers last night at Matt Yaden's house, and I was just like, dude, I mean, it's time for you to have some gold, man. He was a tag champ at one point, but yeah, like, I can't believe that guy hasn't won it yet, but it's because he hasn't had a shot. Like, he had one shot against me and Steven in a triple threat match, and that's it. I think he had one in the dark match or something with Mario, which he lost, and that makes sense, but yeah, it just needs to get spread around more. It's just too narrow-minded right now with Ashburn and Mario. I'm not into it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, put Tyler, because they've got their past, him and Ashburn, put them in a, for the charge title.
Fights itself.
It does. I mean, it's to me, milestone screen, there's a couple, there at the top, but, it's funny. Things don't work out like we sometimes, think they should go. But, especially when you get to, something like Milestone. Milestone's huge. I mean, so big things are going to happen. That we know. And so, we're going to remind everybody again, Milestone, August 12th, Jefferson County Fairgrounds. The tickets are still available. They start at $7, go up to $30. It's at www.celebratejeffco.com. And, of course, the VIP events the night before, $40 meet and greet. To me, that's kind of cool, too, that you guys are all going to be there. To people, to shake hands, do autographs, all that kind of good stuff. And I know in the past I've heard it was the same day as the event, so it was a little more hectic. And but so moving it a day early, I think is going to be a big plus for you guys.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, it's been a shit show. This is my third milestone I've been a part of. My first milestone, I was just like a white shirt. I was just working it, the help. And yeah, we did those meet and greets, and I remember Matt handed me a thumb drive. And it had everybody's pictures on it with Al Snow and Chavo Guerrero. And then I had to go to a fucking Kinko's and print all this shit out within 2 hours. And then rush it back and have Al Snow and Chavo fucking autograph everything and get it to everybody by the time the show was over. So, yeah, it's nice to have it, split up, definitely.
And speaking of
Al,
it's
nice to not have to do that shit either.
Yeah. Now, and you're beyond. Yeah, you've worked your way up beyond that right now. So you're
no more Kinko's for Curtis Cole. I'm fine with that, dude.
That would have been instead of Killer Kurt Cole, it was Kinko's Kurt Cole.
Yeah, oh fuck. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
But like you said, you brought Al Snow's going to be there. Of course, Eugene's going to be there, and then all of the Rocky Mountain Pro talent we were talking about: Mario, Steven, Curtis Cole, obviously Humphrey Jacobs. Now, I want to ask you because we haven't even touched on the vicious women's division you guys have out there. I mean, Allie's ruling the roost right now, but man, she's got some stiff competition with Trinity, and now it seems like her new best friend still may be in the mix with Nanny AC.
Oh my fucking goodness! So what's crazy, man? I was talking to somebody about this last night. It's crazy that 3 women can carry a division so well, and every single YouTube comment and all this shit, they're still, the top YouTube comments are, "Oh, women's fight, best fight of the night." Like, you guys have wrestled each other 90 fucking times in the past 2 years, and your matches are still the best fucking matches that are on this show. I don't get it. What's nice, man. So I work with the Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. I know what's going on. It's not just going to be 3 or 4 women anymore.
Yeah.
Third season, you're going to see a lot of new faces. Fuck, I think at Milestone, you're probably going to see a couple of women that you've never seen before. And they are working twice as hard as the rest of us to keep up with the women's division. The Lockett's matches are only going to get better because there's tons of right now in Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy, we have 10 women training.
Wow.
Fucking 10. That's like more than NXT. And
Yeah.
they're almost ready. Like, they're fucking getting there. There's a couple of them that I know you're going to see at Milestone. And Allie and Angel and Nanny are not going to be the fucking head honchos anymore. I can fucking guarantee it, dude. But for right now, like you said, they've carried the fuck out of this division.
Yeah.
And it's been delightful to watch.
Now, we were trying to wonder who Allie obviously was going to be defending that title if she's still champion by the time Milestone rolls around. But I will go ahead and tell you that Matt broke the news on the podcast about Nanny's clavicle. So that has actually been out there at this point. So that's bad news. But, of course, that means Allie's going to have to face, does that put her one-on-one with Trinity?
So actually, I didn't know about that. What did he say exactly?
He thinks that the news is going to come back, but they do believe there's a broken clavicle.
Oh, shit. I heard she got hurt, but I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know if, at this point it wasn't 100%. We're not breaking anything. When we had him on the show, he said it, so we'll let that kind of go from there, so.
Man, so what sucks is, my favorite way to watch the Lockett's division in Rocky Mountain Pro is to watch all three of them hit each other with shovels and fucking trash pans and frying pans or whatever the fuck they hide under that ring. Which is weird because I don't get it. Like, apparently wrestling rings are where you just store all of your unwanted shit. And then for hardcore matches, dude, one time I watched Ali Gatto slam Nanny AC on a bunch of Legos. Who the fuck put Legos under a wrestling ring? I don't know, but I'm hoping that she's going to be better. I want to see all three of them steal the show at Milestone.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm right there with you that it's not the case. Maybe it's just early. We don't know everything, and hopefully she'll be there. Who knows? But yeah, it's a stacked card, man. Even all the way across the top, you put all of the action, kind of the stuff we were talking about. Then you add an Al Snow and Eugene coming in, and it's just a crazy, crazy time. And Milestone coming up August 12th, like I said. And everybody who's like, well, how do I, what if I don't understand the storylines? I'm confused. Unlike your typical other wrestling company, we can tell you, download the Fight app for free. Binge watch season 1. We've said it once. We've said it twice. We've said it a couple times now. Binge watch season 1. Get to season 2. There's a couple episodes have already aired. It started back on July 19th. It is 9 p.m. Wednesdays Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is where you guys are. It is, and let's be blunt, people are watching. It's the second most downloaded show, only behind Ring of Honor, on the Fight app.
That's ridiculous. Oh man, that feels so good.
Yeah, clearly it's a great product. We obviously are fans because I'm driving in a car from Atlanta to Colorado to see the show. I keep making jokes about that, but I'm not kidding. I'm legit driving, So it's only a 20-hour drive, give or take.
That's fine.
Yeah. So Milestone, it's Milestone 7 to be specific. August 12th, tickets start at $7, go up to $30. The VIP event is $40. That is the night before. The tickets are still available at www.celebratejeffco.com. And man, it's always a blast having you on, man. And it clearly will not be the last time that you hear the name Curtis Cole on the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. But before we get you out of here, man, tell everybody where they can hunt you down.
Hey, appreciate it, bud. At Killer Kurt Cole on Twitter, Facebook, just search Curtis Cole, you'll find it. I don't have an Instagram actually right now because I don't believe in Instagram because I don't want to watch people's pictures of beers and coffees and dogs.
I agree.
But Twitter at Killer Kurt Cole, Facebook, just find me on there under my name. Hell, if you want to find me through Rocky Mountain Pro, drop a line somewhere and I'll find it.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's between finding you on the Fight app, you guys are on YouTube, because we always want to throw in there and plug, Charged isn't the only show. Ignition over on the YouTube channel as well. They can get tons more content in there as well.
What's nice about Ignition is it features some matches, like some good matches from people that you don't normally see on Rocky Mountain Pro too often. And it showcases talent from other areas that travel here to wrestle with us. So it's not just the superstars you're used to, which is good or bad, whichever way you want to take it.
Well, change of pace, new faces. It's always a good, just to mix in. hey, working with a variety of guys, you're only gonna get better, and that's one way to look at it. So, man, again, thanks for coming on. Can't wait to actually meet you face to face, shake the hand when we get out to Milestone.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
So definitely, the meet and greet. I'll be there that night as well, and then of course for Milestone, we're going to be there as well, August 11th and 12th, all the way out there at Rocky Mountain Pro. And like I said, if you want to go, www.celebratejeffco.com. And definitely, hopefully the Tapped Out Nation will be there, as well as all of the Rocky Mountain Pro fans. And, hey, it'll be one hell of a party for a couple of days, right?
Looking forward to it, dude. I can't wait.
All right, buddy. We'll see you then.
Have a great night, brother.